What if I told you that every time you say no to lust, you're not just resisting temptation, you're unlocking a secret power, the power that the world can't see but the spirit realm feels. This battle you're facing, the one you've struggled with in silence, is more than just a fight against your desires. It's a war for your soul, your purpose, and your destiny. When you choose abstinence, something profound happens on a spiritual level. The act of denying yourself isn't about self-control. It's about activating the divine authority, a sacred energy that others can't even begin to comprehend. Each moment you stay disciplined, you're not just avoiding sin, you're fortifying your spirit, building a reservoir of power that the enemy can't touch. But what comes next may shock you. This journey isn't easy, and it's not for everyone. But if you're feeling that pull deep within you, if something inside you is stirring, it's because you were chosen for this. The rewards of abstinence are more than just physical. They're spiritual. And once you understand what happens behind the scenes in the spirit realm, you'll never look at your struggle the same way again. Stick with me, because this is only the beginning. Struggling with lust, you're not alone. Unlock the power to destroy it before it destroys you with 7 biblical secrets to destroy lust before it destroys you. Click the link in the description now. The battle you're facing right now isn't just in your mind, it's a war for your soul. Every moment you fight against temptation, you're not denying a physical urge. You're standing on the front lines of something much deeper, something that affects your spiritual life, your purpose, and your future. It's easy to think of lust as just a temptation to resist, but it's far more insidious than that. Lust is a tool, a weapon the enemy uses to distract, diminish, and derail you from your true calling. Each time you give in, you lose more than just a moment of self-control. You lose pieces of your strength, your focus, and your authority. It's like giving away bits of your power, and once it's gone, it's harder to get back. But here's the thing. This isn't a random struggle. You were created for something far greater than this battle. The temptation, the urges, the cravings, they're designed to keep you in bondage, to keep you distracted from the incredible power you're meant to wield. But every time you say no, every time you resist, something shifts. That's when the battle turns in your favor. Your resistance isn't just about keeping yourself clean or avoiding a mistake. It's about reclaiming what's rightfully yours, your spiritual authority. Each victory, no matter how small, fortifies you and brings you closer to your true self, the person you were always meant to be. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every step you take in the right direction, you reclaim the ground that was lost. The more you say no to lust, the more you say yes to your calling. This is the power of abstinence, not just physical, but spiritual. When you stop feeding the flesh, you begin to awaken the spirit. The energy that once leaked out in moments of weakness starts to flow back into you. You'll start to notice the changes. Your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and your presence becomes magnetic. But it's more than just the changes you see on the outside. Inside, you'll feel the shift, a sense of purpose, clarity, and strength that you didn't know you had. So the battle you're facing is not just a fight against lust. It's a fight for your power, your purpose, and your destiny. And trust me, this battle is worth fighting, because what you gain is far greater than what you resist. What if I told you that in just 90 days, your entire life could shift? You might be thinking 90 days, that's nothing. But when you commit to a process, when you lock in your focus and your discipline, 90 days becomes a transformative period where everything changes. It's not just about abstaining from sex or masturbation. It's about what happens spiritually, mentally, and emotionally when you make the decision to reset. The first few days will test you, but when you push through, you'll start feeling a shift inside. You'll begin to feel sharper, more present, and more connected to the world around you. Your focus will improve, and you'll begin to experience clarity like never before. But it doesn't stop there. The real power of 90 days lies in how it changes your energy. Imagine you've been leaking your power away without even realizing it, through temptation, distractions, and urges. Now for 90 days, you're not giving anything away. You're conserving and redirecting all that energy back into yourself. You'll walk into rooms with more authority. Your voice will carry more weight, and people will start noticing you in ways they never did before. You're not just holding back from temptation, you're channeling that energy into something far greater, your divine purpose. You'll feel a magnetic pull towards the right opportunities, and the right people will start showing up. It's as if the universe begins to align with you because you've decided to take control over your desires. But here's the secret that most people miss. It's not just about resistance, it's about what you're becoming. When you separate yourself from the things that pull you down, you create room for something higher, something deeper. You become a vessel for power, purpose, and divine guidance. Every challenge, every urge you resist, is a step closer to that version of yourself that was always meant to rise. And when you hit that 90-day mark, you'll see it, you'll feel it. You won't be the same person who started this journey. The change will be real, undeniable, and permanent. If you're ready to tap into this power and elevate your life, start to. The moment you commit to abstaining from sexual release, something shifts, not just within your body, but deep in your spirit. It starts subtly, almost imperceptibly. But soon, you begin to notice the difference. It's like you've been carrying a heavy weight that you never realized was there. Now it's gone. And in its place, a new power, a strength you never thought possible. Physically, your body begins to recalibrate. You wake up with a sharper mind and more energy. Your focus increases, your strength grows, and you no longer feel drained or scattered. Every piece of your energy once wasted is now contained, concentrated. You stop scattering your vitality into things that have no purpose, and instead you become more grounded. There's a noticeable shift in the way you carry yourself. You walk into rooms and people notice. It's not about what you say, it's the silent confidence you exude. Your posture becomes deliberate, stronger, and your presence commands attention without a word. But it's not just physical. The real transformation happens inside. The moment you start holding on to your energy, the spirit within you begins to glow. Yes, glow, but not in the way the world understands it. It's not a flashy light or a show. It's the kind of glow that is heavy, magnetic, unshakable. There's a weight to it. It's an invisible authority that others feel the moment you walk by. Women, men, they sense it, even if they can't explain why. It's the result of your energy no longer being fractured by lust and craving. If you're ready to break free from lust and step into your true power, grab your copy of 7 Biblical Secrets to Destroy Lust now. Click the link in the video description or pinned comment to get started. As your spirit grows stronger, your clarity becomes undeniable. You start seeing through the layers of deception that once clouded your mind. The fog that used to block your vision begins to lift. You start hearing the still voice within you guiding you, directing you, giving you insight into people and situations you never saw before. Your discernment sharpens, your decisions become more precise, and your connection to your higher purpose becomes undeniable. This is what true transformation looks like. A man who has no need to prove himself. A man who moves through life with purpose and power. The energy he once used to chase after fleeting pleasures is now channeled into something greater, something eternal. This is just the beginning. What happens next as your transformation continues will change the course of your life forever. Have you ever felt like you're walking through life but something inside you is foggy, disconnected, or just off? That sense that there's more to you than what you're currently living, but you can't quite put your finger on. What if I told you that the key to unlocking that deeper sense of self lies in the power of abstinence? When you choose to step away from distractions like lust, something amazing happens. Your clarity begins to return. The constant noise, the bombardment of thoughts and cravings, starts to fade. What you've been running from for so long, those deep hidden parts of yourself, begin to surface. They demand your attention and you can no longer ignore them. You're no longer just surviving. You're starting to see, really see, who you are meant to be. At first it's subtle. The fog begins to lift slowly, but with each passing day, it becomes more evident. You feel it in your mind, sharper than before. You feel it in your surroundings, clearer than ever. Your thoughts are no longer clouded by distractions or craving. You can hear your inner voice, your true self, louder and stronger. The more you deny your flesh, the more you discover the truth about who you are at your core. And that truth, it's powerful. It's transformative. Now this newfound clarity doesn't just change how you see yourself. It changes how you see everything around you. People's intentions become transparent. Your relationships deepen. You begin to see through the surface level interactions and understand the deeper connections at play. No longer are you caught up in the chaos of life. You see the order. You start to recognize patterns and connections that you missed before. But here's the most powerful part. As your clarity grows, so does your confidence. You no longer feel lost or unsure. You know who you are. You understand your purpose. And because of that, your actions begin to align with the truth you've discovered. You're no longer living for approval or validation from the world. You walk with a steady, unwavering confidence because your foundation is rooted in something unshakable. This is where real self-discovery begins. When you silence the noise, deny the distractions, and embrace your true calling, you step into a version of yourself that's been waiting for you all along. The best part, this is just the beginning of what you're about to unlock. You've probably noticed it yourself. Things start to shift around you. People change the way they treat you. Opportunities you once missed now seem to be opening up. The energy around you, the very atmosphere you walk into, responds to something that's changed within you. It's like the world starts to align with the new version of you, one that's more powerful, more grounded, and more aware of its purpose. This isn't by coincidence. When you choose abstinence, when you start denying the flesh and focusing on strengthening your spirit, you begin to create an energy that can't be ignored. And it doesn't take long before this energy shifts your environment. People notice it, even if they can't explain it. Your presence starts to demand respect, not because you're seeking it, but because you've become more than you were before. The energy you carry is magnetic. What happens next might surprise you. The opportunities you once thought were just out of reach begin to make their way to you. You're no longer chasing after success, wealth, or recognition. These things are now drawn to you because your internal power has reached a point where it can no longer be ignored. The doors that were once closed now open effortlessly. And it's not just about the things you attract. It's also about what you stop attracting. The distractions, the negative influences, the toxic relationships, all of that starts to fall away. The energy you've cultivated through abstinence makes you a force that's too strong to be influenced by what no longer serves you. What you'll also begin to notice is how people start to treat you differently. Strangers who once overlooked you now feel compelled to acknowledge you. Your words, once simple and overlooked, now carry weight. You're not louder, you're just more present. Your aura has become unshakable, and those around you can feel it, even if they don't fully understand why. Your spiritual clarity becomes a kind of quiet authority that commands attention. Your environment will shift because you've done the work within. When you've built your internal strength, the world around you has no choice but to reflect that growth. And as this transformation takes hold, you'll realize that you no longer have to fight for your place. It's already been secured. Your internal shift has created the space for you to step into your true calling. Clarity is powerful. It's a gift that many spend their whole lives searching for, but few truly possess. And once you gain it, something remarkable happens. Your mind sharpens, your focus intensifies, and your entire perspective shifts. But here's the truth. They don't tell you about the cost of clarity. It comes with a price, one that most aren't ready to pay. You see, clarity isn't just about seeing the world different. It's about seeing yourself differently too. When your mind clears from the fog of lust and distraction, the truth of who you are and what you're meant to do becomes undeniable. It's no longer a vague feeling, but a strong sense of purpose. And that's where the cost comes in. The moment you begin to see clearly, your reality starts to change. Relationships that once seemed harmless will now feel empty. Opportunities that once felt like blessings will now feel like distractions. And you'll start to see the truth about the people around you, even the ones closest to you. You'll realize that not everyone is meant to walk with you into the future you're stepping into. And that's when the tough choices come. Clarity forces you to confront the uncomfortable. It forces you to choose between your old habits and your new purpose. You can't have both. The world will try to pull you back, to remind you of the person you used to be, the person who was controlled by lust and distraction. But now you're different. You're no longer living in the fog. And that makes you a threat to the very system that once held you captive. This is where the enemy attacks most. It's not in the obvious battles. It's in the quiet moments of doubt. When you feel the pressure to compromise, to slip back into your old ways. It's in those moments that clarity becomes your greatest weapon. But it's also when the cost of clarity is the highest. Every time you stand firm, every time you choose to stay on the path of purity, you're taking a stand in a war that's bigger than you, and the price is higher than ever. But when you pay that price, when you embrace the discomfort and push through, something incredible happens. You don't just gain clarity, you gain authority. You become a force that the enemy can't ignore, and the world can't comprehend. It's a weight you carry, a mantle that you wear, and the more you carry it, the more it becomes your identity. The cost of clarity, it's steep, but the reward, it's worth everything. When you begin to walk in purity, something shifts within you. It's subtle at first, but it's undeniable. Your ability to your spiritual authority begins to sharpen, and you see things more clearly. This clarity isn't just about recognizing right from wrong. It's about seeing deeper truths, the hidden motivations of people, and the forces at play in every situation. It's as if a veil is lifted, and you start to understand the world around you in a way you never have before. But here's the truth. With this newfound clarity comes responsibility. It's not just about knowing what's right. It's about acting on it. Spiritual authority isn't something you earn through words. It's something you carry through your actions. When your spirit becomes aligned with God's will, your presence alone begins to command respect. Your words carry weight because they're not just empty promises. They're backed by a deep, unwavering truth. People may not always understand it, but they'll feel it, and it's this presence, this authority that makes you a force to be reckoned with. Yet here's where the enemy begins to. When you start walking with this clarity and power, distractions will come at you like never before. The world will try to pull you back, to tempt you into compromising that authority you've just unlocked. It's not always going to be obvious. Sometimes the temptation will come dressed in charm, in things that seem innocent but are meant to weaken you. That's why discernment is so crucial. It's not enough to see clearly, you must have the wisdom to navigate what's in front of you. Your authority is not something to be taken lightly. It's not for your glory, it's for the kingdom's. And with that authority comes the power to change environments, to speak life into dead situations, and to influence those around you in ways you never imagined. But if you allow distractions to seep in, if you fail to guard your spirit, that authority can be diluted. That's why it's essential to stay grounded, to stay in alignment with your purpose, and to continually seek God's guidance. Spiritual authority is a weapon, one that you wield by staying pure, focused, and obedient to God's calling. It's a strength that doesn't just elevate you, it elevates everyone around you. And when you walk with that kind of authority, the enemy has no choice but to step back. The world will start to notice, but more importantly, you will begin to fulfill the destiny that was always meant for you. What if your life wasn't just about surviving, but about creating something eternal? What if everything you've been through, every battle you've fought, was shaping you for something much greater than you ever imagined? Legacy isn't just about what you leave behind. It's about the purpose you're walking into. When you start aligning with your divine purpose, you begin to tap into a power far beyond yourself. It's not a power that's flashy or loud. No, this power is quiet, steady, and unshakable. It's a force that begins to shift everything around you. Your environment, your relationships, your opportunities. It's almost like the universe itself starts conspiring in your favor, guiding you to places and people that are meant for your destiny. But here's the truth most people don't understand. The moment you start walking in your true purpose, the tests get more intense. The enemy doesn't want you to realize how powerful you truly are, so he throws distractions your way, making it easy to lose sight of what you're meant to do. You'll face moments when you feel like giving up, when the pull of old habits and desires tries to drag you back into the cycle. But here's the key. Every time you resist, you're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for something far greater. You're fighting for your legacy. Legacy is more than just your name or your reputation. It's the impact you make on others, the mark you leave on this world that echoes far beyond your time. It's about how you live in alignment with the divine, how you walk through life with purpose, and how you use the energy within you to build something eternal. Your legacy isn't built on comfort or complacency. It's built through the choices you make, the battles you fight, and the integrity you carry. Once you fully step into your purpose, you begin to see things clearly. You stop chasing fleeting pleasures and start attracting what truly aligns with your divine calling. Opportunities don't have to be hunted, they find you. People who are meant to walk alongside you come into your life, and you begin to leave a trail of wisdom, power, and influence. This is how true legacy is created, not by striving, but by being. As you grow in your purpose, you'll find that the weight of your words, your actions, and your presence begins to carry a new kind of authority. People listen when you speak, not because you're loud, but because they feel the depth of your conviction. You're not just living for today, you're living for eternity, building a legacy that will impact generations to come. You've heard the truth today. Abstinence isn't just about resisting temptation. It's about tapping into a divine power that the world can't see but the spirit realm feels. Every moment you choose purity, you're not just avoiding sin, you're building a legacy, stepping into your purpose and preparing for a life that carries weight. You're not just fighting for yourself, but for something much bigger, something eternal. The transformation that comes with abstaining is more than just physical. It's spiritual, mental, and emotional. When you hold your ground, your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. Opportunities will open up, your clarity will sharpen, and your presence will begin to command respect. It's not about looking for validation or chasing fleeting pleasures. It's about aligning with your divine calling and carrying the authority that comes with it. But the battle isn't over. The enemy will try to test you, to make you doubt yourself, to pull you back into the cycle of lust and distractions. That's why it's crucial to arm yourself with the right tools that will help you stay on track and fight the battle until the end. That's where my ebook 7 Biblical Secrets to Destroy Lust Before It Destroys You comes in. If you're ready to walk in your purpose and break free from the grip of lust, this ebook will give you the wisdom, strategies, and spiritual insights to overcome. Don't wait, click the link in the description now and take the next step toward your divine purpose.